It's a deep dive.
Yeah, but focused on, how to actually achieve that natural flow in English, real fluency,
Yeah.
not just textbook stuff.
Exactly. It's less about drilling grammar rules and more about, well, experiencing the language. The source material we looked at describes it as a, quote, long, relaxing, and very useful conversation. And the whole mission, really, is to get you, the listener, ready to just listen, learn, and crucially speak English naturally over a good stretch of time comfortably. It's about creating this low-pressure environment for conversation.
Which feels really different, doesn't it? Because so often language learning comes with this weight of expectation or fear. And what really jumped out at me from the sources is this core idea. You genuinely don't need to worry. Don't worry about mistakes. Don't worry about your accent. Don't even worry about how fast or slow you're speaking.
Right, and that's huge.
It really is. It tackles that self-consciousness head on, the kind that can just freeze you up,
Absolutely. And there's a solid psychological reason behind that. When you take away that pressure, that fear of being judged or making a mistake, well, it frees up so much mental energy. Linguists talk about the affective filter, right? That emotional barrier. This approach basically lowers it dramatically so you can actually absorb and, importantly, produce the language more effectively.
Okay.
The source puts it simply. The only important thing is that you practice, listen, repeat, and enjoy the journey. Which sounds lovely, but it's also really practical. It taps into that desire we all have for progress, for those aha moments.
Yeah.
But without the usual overwhelm or performance anxiety, it's about building confidence from the inside out.
So let's actually do what the source suggests for getting started. It invites you, the listener, to kind of settle in. So maybe take a deep breath with us now. Seriously, just inhale and exhale. And maybe grab a cup of tea or coffee or just some water. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. Find a good spot to sit. Or, hey, even lie down if you want. The point is making this your time.
It seems simple, but setting the stage like this is actually really important. It helps create that feeling the source emphasizes. Your time, your space to practice English without any pressure.
Right.
And the source also promises the speaker will talk clearly and slowly so you can understand every word. That deliberate pacing combined with you feeling relaxed physically, it just primes your brain for taking things in.
And be receptive.
Exactly. You're open and ready to engage, not just passively hear sounds. It lays the groundwork. The core philosophy, cultivating confidence through conversational immersion.
Okay, let's unpack this core philosophy a bit more, because it really is quite different. One of the ideas that honestly seemed a bit strange at first was this. Talking to yourself in English. The source says it's actually one of the best ways to learn a language, which, might sound a little quirky.
It might. But when you dig into why, it makes perfect sense from a language acquisition perspective. Think about it. Talking to yourself, it completely removes the anxiety of external judgment.
Because no one's listening.
Exactly. There's no audience, no fear of making a fool of yourself. It's the ultimate safe space for practice. You're essentially rehearsing internally, building what you might call mental fluency.
Mental fluency, I like that.
Yeah, you're letting your brain form thoughts, string sentences together in English without that immediate pressure to perform for someone else. It's like building up an internal English muscle, strengthening those neural pathways for spontaneous speaking.
So it's a practical strategy, even if it feels a bit odd initially.
Totally practical.
Yeah.
Especially for solo learners. It bridges that gap between understanding lots of English and actually being able to speak it confidently. It's like practicing output without needing someone else there.
Okay. And linked to that, there's a big emphasis on repetition in the source material. It often prompts you, repeat after me whenever you like, or just listen and absorb the words. Now, is this just like rote memorization, parrot fashion repeating?
Not really, no. It's more nuanced than that. It's a combination of active repetition and passive absorption. And that mix is how we actually make vocabulary and sentence structures stick, make them feel natural.
Right. Not just crammed in.
Exactly. It's not about memorizing lists. It's closer to how we naturally acquire language. Think about principles like spaced repetition, seeing things again over time, or retrieval practice, actively pulling the information out yourself. When you hear a phrase, maybe repeat it out loud if you feel up to it, or even just really listen to it. You're strengthening those connections in your brain. It makes the language more automatic, more accessible when you actually need it in a real conversation.
So it becomes part of your natural thought process.
That's the goal. Moving from thinking about the rule to just saying the thing,
Yeah.
from intellectual knowledge to like intuitive use.
And then there's the next step, which is really interesting. It moves from listening and reading internally to something more active. The source says, sometimes I will ask you questions that you can answer out loud, even if you're alone, which feels like a key transition.
It absolutely is. And it addresses a really common hurdle. Lots of people can understand English pretty well.
Yeah, passive understanding.
Right. But producing it, speaking spontaneously, that's often the sticking point. By prompting you to answer out loud, even to yourself, it forces a shift.
From passive to active.
Exactly. You're simulating a conversation. Your brain has to retrieve the language, formulate a response, kind of under a gentle time pressure. It trains that immediate response capability, improves your processing speed in English. It's actively bridging that gap between understanding and speaking. It builds real confidence in using the language spontaneously.
So you're not just recalling facts, you're using them in a simulated interaction.
Precisely. It turns theory into a kind of practice, even without a partner. 2. Personal foundations. Introducing self, routine, and daily life.
Okay, so let's get into the practical stuff. Where does this journey begin in the source material? It starts very logically with self-introductions. Foundational skill, right?
Absolutely. Can't really connect without it.
And the method is clear. I'll go first, and then you can follow. It provides a model. The example is an English teacher, a content creator, someone who likes helping people learn. And their hobbies are listed simply. Reading books, watching movies, music, long walks in nature. Very relatable stuff.
And looking closely at that example is really useful for any learner. It shows how you can give a decent introduction using simple, clear language. No need for fancy words or complex sentences.
Right, just basic verbs and nouns. English teacher, reading books.
Exactly. It demonstrates that clarity and directness are key. You can convey a lot with simple structures. It builds that foundation with high-frequency, useful language you can use straight away. Function over complexity.
And then, importantly, it turns it over to you, the listener. The prompt is direct. Now it's your turn. Say your name out loud. Then, great. Now tell me about yourself. What do you like to do in your free time? Asking specific questions.
And crucially, the instruction that follows is core to the whole philosophy. Don't worry about grammar or pronunciation. Just try to express yourself.
Letting go of perfectionism.
Completely. It shifts the focus onto communication itself, not linguistic accuracy, especially at the start. And it even gives you sentence patterns to adapt, like, my name is your name. I like hobby 1 and hobby 2.
Templates.
Yeah, simple templates you can customize immediately. It provides examples. My name is Alex. I like reading books and watching movies. In my free time, I like to cook. It shows how basic sentences can carry real personal information. It's about getting started, building momentum.
And I noticed the source gives immediate positive feedback, like, excellent, you're doing a great job. Followed by, remember, the more you speak, the more confident you will become. Which feels like a deliberate encouragement loop.
It is. It taps into basic learning psychology.
Yeah.
That little win, managing to say something simple in English, it's motivating.
Right, it makes you want to try again.
Exactly. It creates a positive feedback cycle. You speak a bit, feel a bit more confidence. You speak a bit more, gain more fluency, feel even more confident.
A virtuous cycle.
Precisely. Each small success fuels the next one. It builds that internal sense of, hey, I can actually do this. Early wins are vital.
Okay, so after introductions, the deep dive moves on to daily routines. The rhythm of life. Again, the teacher models at first, very detailed. Waking up at 7.0, brush teeth, wash face, drink warm water.
The small details are good.
Yeah. Then breakfast, eggs, toast, tea, work at 9.00 teaching, making videos, lunch at 1.000, maybe rice, vegetables, chicken, a short rest, evening, walk or exercise. Dinner at 8:00, relaxing with a book or movie, bed at 10:30, it covers the whole day.
It paints a full picture. And what's clever is how it immediately pivots to your routine. It asks you directly, what time do you wake up? What do you eat for breakfast? When do you start work or studies?
Making it personal again.
Right. It's not just listening comprehension. It's immediate personalized application. And the flexibility offered is key. If you want, you can repeat my sentences and just change the details to match your life.
So use the structure but swap the specifics.
Exactly. If the teacher says, I wake up at 7 and you wake up at 6:00, so you just slot your time in. I wake up at 6:00. It's an adaptable framework, super efficient for practicing common structures with your own information.
And the source even gives a listener example, showing how that customization works. I wake up at 6:30. I brush my teeth and take a shower. For breakfast, I eat bread and butter with coffee. I start work at 8. and so on.
Yeah, seeing that concrete example makes it clearer. And the value of practicing this daily routine stuff is huge. You're constantly exposed to high-frequency actions. Waking, eating, working,
The
sleeping.
core vocabulary of life.
Totally. And the common sentence patterns that go with them. It makes these essential phrases feel second nature, automatic. You're not just building functional English you can use right away. You're embedding the grammar almost subconsciously.
You internalize the rhythm of how these things are typically said.
Exactly. So talking about your day feels fluid, not like you're constructing every sentence from scratch. 3. Navigating practical scenarios. Role plays for real-world readiness.
Okay, moving beyond personal descriptions, the source gets really practical with role plays, bridging that gap between practice and, the real world.
Yeah, role plays are great for that. Applying the knowledge.
First up, the basics. First meetings, simple greetings. It lays out a little script. Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? Nice to meet you. What is your name?
Standard stuff.
Yeah. My name is Mia. Where are you from? I am from Canada. How about you? Where do you live? And then a little description. I live in a small town near the mountains.
What's good about that is it's not just isolated phrases, it's a complete mini conversation.
It flows.
Right. It shows the natural back and forth. Greeting, well-being check, names, origin, even a little descriptive detail. Having that framework helps you internalize the social script for introductions in English. It's immediately usable.
Then a super common scenario.
Yeah.
Ordering food and drink. Cafe, restaurant, that sort of thing.
Right.
And interestingly, sometimes the source puts you, the listener, in the role of the waiter.
Well, that's clever.
Yeah. So the customer says, "Good afternoon. Can I see the menu, please?" And you, as the waiter, respond, "Yes, here is the menu."
That forces active listening, doesn't it? You have to understand the request and respond appropriately.
Exactly. It's not just about asking for what you want.
And then it gives you the essential ordering phrases. I would like a cup of coffee and a piece of chocolate cake, please. Followed by the server's part. Sure. Would you like anything else?
Polite refusal. No, thank you. That's all.
And closing. Okay, your order will be ready in a few minutes. Standard interaction.
And it throws in extra phrases, too, for variety. Can I have a glass of water, please? I want a bowl of soup. Could I have some French fries?
Really practical stuff. High-frequency phrases you'll genuinely use. Plus, it reinforces polite forms like, I would like, or could I have.
And the source explicitly says these little role-play conversations help you practice the kind of English you might use every day.
Which is the whole point, isn't it? Practical application. You're not just learning words, you're learning how to do things in English, how to navigate common social situations.
Yeah.
It prepares you to step into those scenarios confidently.
Next role-play takes us shopping. Asking about things, trying them on, paying. The example dialogue is in a clothing store. Excuse me, how much is this shirt?
$20.
Can I try it on?
Yes, the fitting room is over there. Simple directions.
It fits well. I'll take it. Decision made.
Great. Would you like to pay by cash or card?
I'll pay by card, thank you. Covers the whole interaction.
Yeah, it's neat. And the source provides extra phrases for asking prices, which is useful, beyond just, how much is this? Yeah, you get variations like, what's the price of this bag? Or how much do these shoes cost?
Gives you options.
Right. And then it adds slightly more advanced, but very practical questions, like asking about sales or discounts.
Is this on sale? Do you have any discounts?
Even, can you give me a discount?
Right.
Which shows progression from basic questions to, well, maybe a little negotiation.
Builds confidence for those real-world interactions.
Yeah, definitely. And covers common responses about fitting rooms and payment.
And the last big scenario here is asking for and giving directions. Classic situation when you're somewhere new. The setup is simple. You're lost. Excuse me, can you tell me where the bus station is?
Polite inquiry.
And the answer is clear and concise. Sure, go straight, then turn left. It's next to the bank.
Simple instructions.
Followed by, thank you very much. Essential politeness.
And why are these simple direction phrases so important? Because they're fundamental for navigating space using language. The source gives a good list. Go straight, turn left, turn right. Basic commands.
Yeah.
And then prepositions of place. It's near the park, it's next to the bank, it's opposite the school, behind the restaurant, in front of the cinema.
Those prepositions can be tricky.
They can. So practicing them in this context is really helpful. It builds confidence for both asking and giving directions. It empowers you to move around independently. Helps you guide a taxi or help someone else who's lost. 4. Expanding descriptive powers, painting pictures with words.
Okay, shifting focus a bit now. The deep dive really encourages you to develop your descriptive skills. Painting pictures with words. It starts with a really immediate prompt. Look around you right now. What do you see?
Ah, connecting language to the immediate environment. Very effective.
Yeah, it forces you to observe and translate instantly.
And the examples given are simple but concrete. I see a table, a chair, a laptop, and a cup of tea. There's also a window and some books on the shelf.
Basic objects.
Exactly. As the source says, it's a good way to build your vocabulary and practice speaking without needing to make long sentences. You're just naming things, describing basic spatial relationships. It strengthens that direct link between the English word and the physical thing.
Describing your immediate reality.
Right here, right now. You could easily extend that too, adding colors or textures. I see a wooden table. My chair feels soft.
Then it moves on to action verbs. The doing words, the engines of sentences, really. Less common ones. Eat, drink, go, watch, read, listen, like cook, study, sleep.
All high-frequency core verbs.
And it shows them in context. I eat breakfast at 7:00, I drink tea every morning, I go to work at 9, and so on, covering daily actions.
Practicing these verbs in full sentences is absolutely fundamental for fluency. These are the actions that make up our lives. And by learning them in context, you're also picking up the prepositions, time expressions, and nouns that naturally go with them.
Like eat breakfast at 7:00, listen to music, go to work.
Precisely. You're building the grammatical structures around the verbs. It makes sentence formation feel more natural, more intuitive.
It's knowing how to use the word, not just knowing the word itself.
That's the key difference, yeah. Moving towards automatic usage.
Now here's a topic that's brilliant for everyday interaction. Talking about the weather.
Ah, the universal icebreaker.
Exactly. The source highlights this. One of the easiest and most common topics. People love to talk about the weather, especially when they don't know what else to talk about. It's polite and friendly.
It absolutely is, a social lubricant. And the source provides a good range of descriptive weather vocabulary to handle most situations. It's a sunny day today, sky is clear and blue, or it's very hot outside, I need a cold drink.
Covers rain too. It's raining a lot. Don't forget your umbrella. Clouds. It's cloudy and cool. Might rain soon.
Cold and snow. It's very cold today, wearing my warm jacket. It's snowing, streets are covered. Gives you lots to work with.
You can describe pretty much any day with that list.
Yeah. And you can speculate too. I hope it stays nice, or complain, this rain is never going to stop.
And it even includes a sample weather conversation, showing it in action. Hello, how are you today? Good. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? Using a tag question there.
Nice touch.
Yes, it is. The sun is shining and the sky is clear. Agreement and elaboration.
I hope it stays like this all day. Sharing a wish.
Me too. I love sunny weather. Expressing personal preference. Short, simple, effective.
And even those brief exchanges build conversational muscle. It's not just describing, it's agreeing, sharing feelings, building rapport. That kind of small talk is crucial. And having words like hot, cold, cloudy, sunny, windy, stormy, foggy, snowy lets you engage with nuance.
You can go beyond just saying it's nice or it's bad.
Exactly. You can say how it makes you feel or what you'll do because of it. It's so sunny, I think I'll go for a walk later. Connects it to your life.
The descriptive practice then expands to people and objects, adding more detail. For objects, the examples are specific. This bag is very heavy. That chair is made of wood. My phone is black and slim.
Relatable descriptions.
This room is small but clean. My shoes are old and dirty. That table is big and round, using common adjectives.
And then it smoothly transitions to describing people, which is obviously very useful.
Well,
she's tall and thin, he has short hair, he's wearing a red shirt. Basic physical attributes and clothing.
Also includes state or appearance. She is smiling. He looks tired. She is very friendly.
And the really smart part is inviting you to describe yourself.
Right. I have long hair. I am wearing jeans and a t-shirt. I have brown eyes.
That makes it immediately personal and relevant. You're grounding the adjectives in your own reality. Makes them stick.
You're describing yourself right now.
Yeah. Your clothes, your features, you could easily add more detail. I'm wearing dark blue jeans and a comfortable t-shirt. Adding nuance. V. Engaging with personal interests and social connection.
Okay, this next section really emphasizes language for connection and what connects people more than food.
True. Universal language.
The source explores favorite foods using the teacher's examples.
Right.
Pizza, with specifics like extra cheese, tomatoes, olives. Pasta, fried rice, grilled chicken, salads, and dessert. Chocolate cake, ice cream.
Provides a good range of food vocabulary right there. Dishes, ingredients.
And then, crucially, it turns it back to you, the listener. How do you talk about your food preferences?
Yeah, it gives examples designed for personalization. I like pizza. I love eating noodles. My favorite food is biryani. I enjoy chocolate cake.
Covers drinks too. I like drinking cold coffee. And habits. I eat fresh fruits every morning.
The focus is squarely on your likes, your habits. Genuine expression makes it much more engaging.
Food is such a rich topic, isn't it? Culture, memory, daily life.
Endless conversation potential. You can talk about cooking, restaurants, different cuisines.
And it smartly revisits the practical skill of ordering in a restaurant, reinforcing it with another dialogue. Good evening. Welcome. Can I take your order, please?
Yes, I would like a chicken sandwich and a glass of orange juice, please. Specific order.
Would you like anything else?
No, thank you. That's all.
Okay, your order will be ready in a few minutes. Repetition builds mastery.
Definitely. And it also branches out into talking about healthy eating habits, which is another relevant everyday topic. Sentences like, I drink 8 glasses of water every day. I eat fresh fruits and vegetables. I avoid junk food.
Basic health advice, framed as personal habits.
Yeah. I sleep for 8 hours at night. I go for a walk every morning. More examples. I drink lemon water. I eat an apple every day. I go jogging.
Allows you to talk about lifestyle choices, wellness goals, moves beyond just taste preferences.
Exactly. Holistic wellness. You could discuss recipes, managing stress, fitness routines.
Okay, beyond food, let's talk hobbies. What we do for fun in our free time. The source defines it simply.
Yeah.
Activities we like to do in our free time.
Straightforward.
The teacher's examples. Reading, music, movies, walks, cooking, trying new dishes, relatable stuff.
And again, listener examples cover a broad spectrum. I like reading novels. I enjoy playing cricket. I love listening to songs. I go swimming on weekends.
I like cooking new dishes. I watch movies in the evening. Caters to different interests.
But what's really valuable is the structured conversation that follows. It shows how to go beyond just stating your hobby.
Ah, the follow-up questions.
Right. What are your hobbies? Then responding to the answer, oh, that's interesting. How often do you do it?
I do it every weekend.
That sounds fun. I also enjoy reading books. It shows how to ask clarifying questions, share related interests.
Turn small talk into actual connection.
Exactly. You can talk about why you enjoy it, skills you're learning. I'm trying to learn guitar. It's fun but hard. Adds personality.
From hobbies, we naturally move to family, another foundational topic. The teacher's example is straightforward. Small family, 4 people, parents, younger brother, self. Gives their professions. Father's a doctor, mother's a teacher, brother's a student. Mentions spending time together.
Clear and simple. But families vary hugely, right?
Of course.
So the source smartly provides options for the listener, acknowledging different structures. You might have a big family, or 2 brothers and 1 sister. Maybe your father is a businessman, or mother is a housewife. It mentions joint families with grandparents, too.
Shows the language is adaptable.
Exactly. And the guided questions are gentle and polite. How many people are there in your family? What does your father do? Do you have any brothers or sisters?
A natural way to inquire without being too nosy.
Right. You can then talk about traditions, shared characteristics, family gatherings.
Now getting a bit deeper, feelings and emotions. Expressing our inner world. The source provides that core emotional vocabulary. Happy, sad, angry, excited, nervous, tired, bored, hungry, thirsty.
The fundamentals.
And immediately puts them into simple sentences. I am happy today. I feel sad. I'm very excited. Using I am or I feel.
Connects the word to the self-expression structure.
Also covers physical states linked to emotion need. I am hungry, let's eat something. I am thirsty, I need water.
Practical needs. The sample conversation is simple too. How are you feeling today? Then, importantly, asking why. Why are you happy?
That's wonderful. I hope you stay happy. Supportive response.
And then it goes further, exploring the reasons behind feelings. That's a key step. I feel happy when I listen to music. I feel good when I visit friends. I'm excited when I watch football. Nervous before an interview.
Adds complexity and nuance. Links feelings to situations or triggers.
Exactly. It shows how you can articulate the why behind your emotions, even with basic vocabulary. You could also talk about intensity. I'm a little tired versus I'm completely exhausted.
And rounding out this personal expression section, likes and dislikes. Defining our tastes. The examples cover a good range. Food. I like ice cream. Don't like bitter vegetables. Entertainment. Love listening to music. Don't enjoy scary movies. Activities. Like going for long walks. Don't like getting up early.
Varied preferences. And again, listener options acknowledge individuality. I like chocolate, don't like spicy food, love playing football, dislike noisy places, enjoy swimming, hate waking up early.
Uses different verbs, too, like love, enjoy, dislike, hate.
Mhm.
Shows degrees of preference.
Right. And the conversation structure encourages elaboration. What do you like to do? Is there anything you don't like? And crucially, why don't you like it?
Again, pushing for the why.
Yeah. Moving beyond just stating a preference to explaining the reason. That's where conversations get interesting. It adds depth and personality.
You could use softer phrases, too, like, I'm not keen on, or stronger ones I can't stand, depending on the
Yes,
feeling.
exactly. More tools for nuanced expression. 6. Navigating the world. Time, seasons, places, and practicalities.
Okay, let's broaden the scope now to navigating the world around us. Starting with time, absolutely essential. It reviews the basics. What time is it? And answers, it's 5:00:807. It's 10 minutes past 8, though 10 past 8 is more common.
Minor point, yeah. But the core is there. And crucially, it immediately connects telling time to talking about routines and plans. Asking, what time do you wake up? What time do you go to work? When do you have lunch?
Shows the practical application. It's not just knowing how to read a clock.
Right. It's using time language functionally to discuss schedules. You could expand this easily to talk about appointments, deadlines, past events, future plans using time markers. My meeting is at 3 p.m. The train leaves in 10 minutes.
From time, we move to the cycles of nature. Seasons. It lists the 4 main ones: spring, summer, autumn or fall, and winter. And notes each has its own weather, activities, clothes.
Sets the scene. Then it gives descriptive sentences for each. I like spring because the flowers bloom. Summer is very hot. In autumn, the leaves fall. Winter is very cold.
Connects the season to a key characteristic or activity. Enjoy eating ice cream in summer. Wear warm clothes in winter.
And the conversation prompts make it personal. Which season do you like the most? Why do you like it? What activities do you do then?
Encourages you to relate the language to your own experiences and feelings about the seasons.
You can talk about seasonal holidays, food, the feeling of the air, the changing light, as a nice descriptive layer to conversations.
Then, navigating our communities,
Hmm.
public places, where we go in daily life. Lists common spots, parks, libraries, bus stops, restaurants, malls.
Everyday locations, and pairs them with typical actions. I go to the park, I read books in the library, I wait for the bus, I eat lunch, I shop.
Builds vocabulary for errands and leisure. And the conversation focuses on frequency and preference.
Do you go to the park? How often do you visit the library? Do you eat at restaurants often?
Helps you talk about your habits and how you interact with your local environment.
You could describe why you like a place, too. The library is so quiet and peaceful. Or compare places. I prefer to local market to the big mall.
Travel is next always a great topic. Exploring new places. The teacher shares preferences: beaches, sand, waves, and mountains, forests, fresh air, views, feeling relaxed.
Sets a personal tone. Then it offers ways for you to talk about your travels. Examples. I went to the beach last summer. I visited my grandparents in the village. I went to another city for a wedding, using the past tense.
Covers different types of trips and transport. Travel by train, stayed in a hotel.
And the conversation asks about preferences. Where do you like to travel? Past experiences, when did you last travel? And future hopes. I hope you get to travel again soon.
But then it goes further into planning travel. This is really useful.
Definitely. Key phrases for planning. I am planning a trip. I will travel by. I will stay in. I will go sightseeing. I want to visit. I want to try new food. Covers intentions and desires.
And the accompanying dialogue walks you through a planning conversation. Where are you planning to go? How will you travel? When will you leave? Where will you stay?
It covers the whole process, destination to logistics. A complete toolkit for talking about future trips.
Okay, shifting to people again. Jobs and professions. Understanding roles, common conversation topic. List jobs with simple descriptions. Doctor, treats sick. Teacher, teaches students. Driver, drives vehicles. Farmer, grows crops. Businessman, runs business.
Chef cooks food, engineer builds things, police officer keeps cities safe. Basic roles.
And then it moves to personal connection, aspirations, and job satisfaction.
Right. Expressing future goals. I want to be a doctor, teacher, pilot.
And talking about current work. What do you do? Do you like your job? What do you like most about it?
Connects the vocabulary to personal experience, feelings about work, daily tasks, challenges, enjoyment. Much richer than just stating a job title.
Shopping comes up again, but expanded. Acknowledging different habits. The teacher's example includes weekend shopping, buying specific things, groceries, clothes, books, visiting supermarkets, but also shopping online, and enjoying comparing prices.
Reflects modern habits. And listener options are varied. I love shopping. I go shopping on Sundays. I buy fruits from the market. I shop for clothes during sales. Enjoy shopping for gifts.
And the conversation explores preferences. Where do you go shopping? What do you usually buy? And the big one, do you like online shopping?
With options for yes, I do, or no, I prefer visiting the market. Covers different styles and the online-offline choice. Allows discussion about convenience versus experience.
Holidays and festivals, celebrating special times, sharing culture. Teacher's favorite is New Year's Day. Family, friends, dinner, countdown, resolutions.
Personal example. Then it broadens out to mention diverse festivals. Christmas, Eid, Diwali, New Year, Halloween. Acknowledges variety.
And crucially, links them to activities.
Mm-hmm.
Decorating gifts, new clothes, visiting relatives, special food, lighting lamps, fireworks, staying up late, resolutions, costumes, specific vocabulary for celebrations.
Really useful. And the conversation guides you. Which festival do you enjoy the most? How do you celebrate it? With friends or family? Prompts personal sharing about traditions and joy.
Basic time organization. Days of the week, month of the year, lists them. Monday to Sunday, January to December. Foundational.
But shows how to use them contextually. Today is Monday. Meeting on Wednesday. Movies on Saturday. Sunday is a holiday.
Same for months. My birthday's in January. Weather in April. Holidays in August. December is very cold. Linking them to events or characteristics.
And the dialogues integrate them naturally. What day is it? What do you do on weekends? Favorite day? When is your birthday? Which month do you like? Practical application.
Colors adding vibrancy to descriptions. Lists the basics. Red, blue, yellow, green, black, white, pink, orange, brown, purple.
And shows usage. My favorite color is blue, like wearing black clothes. This flower is red, sky is blue, bananas are yellow. Simple descriptive sentences.
Conversation is straightforward. What's your favorite color? Why do you like it? Expressing preference.
You could easily expand on the why, linking colors to feelings or objects. I like blue because it reminds me of the ocean.
Transportation, getting around. Essential vocabulary. Lists modes. Car, bus, train, bicycle, airplane, boat, motorcycle.
And sentences showing use. I go to school by bus. Travel to other cities by train. Like riding a bicycle. Never traveled by airplane. Enjoy boat rides. Covers different experiences and preferences.
Conversation focuses on habits and experience. How do you go to work, school? Have you ever traveled by plane?
Opens the door to discussing pros and cons of different methods, public transport in your city, etc.
Sports, common ground for many social interactions. Lists popular ones. Cricket, football, basketball, tennis, badminton, swimming, running.
And sentences for discussing engagement. I love playing cricket. Favorite sport is football. Watch basketball on TV. Play tennis with my friend. Go swimming every Sunday. Covers playing, watching, favorites.
Conversation probes deeper. Which sport do you like most? Do you play it or just watch? Who is your favorite player?
Allows for more detailed discussion about teams, athletes, rules, the excitement of games, health benefits.
And finally in this section, clothing. What we wear. Lists items. Shirt, trousers, jeans, skirt, t-shirt, jacket, sweater, dress, common garments.
Sentences demonstrate usage. I am wearing a blue shirt. She is wearing a red dress, bought a new jacket, wearing a sweater because it's cold. Describing current attire or purchases.
Conversation is immediate. What are you wearing today? What's your favorite dress? Connects to personal style and current situation.
You could expand to talk about clothes for different occasions, seasons, fashion, materials. 7. Advanced communication skills. Planning and interacting.
Okay, let's move into skills that are slightly more complex, but still very much part of everyday life. First, making plans. Organizing social stuff. The source gives key phrases for scheduling. Are you free this weekend? Do you want to go out for coffee? Making suggestions. Let's meet at the mall.
Negotiating time and place. What time should we meet? Where should we go? Responding. I'm busy on Saturday. How about Sunday? Essential toolkit.
And the simulated dialogue shows the whole process.
Yeah, it's really practical. Hey, do you want to go to the park tomorrow? Invitation.
Answer. Then what time should we meet? Logistics.
Answer. Then let's meet at 5 p.m. Proposal.
Great. See you then. Confirmation. It covers the full cycle.
You could practice polite ways to decline, too, or suggest alternatives. Makes the skill more robust.
Next, making phone calls. Still essential despite texting. The source provides common phone phrases covering the whole call flow.
Starting. Hello, may I speak to John? Identifying yourself. Hi, this is Mia. Opening pleasantries. How are you?
Stating purpose. I'm calling to talk about our meeting. Managing availability. Can you call me back later? Handling wrong numbers. Sorry, I think you have the wrong number. Closing. Thank you for calling. Goodbye. Covers many bases.
And the short conversation example puts it together. Hello, is this Sarah? Yes, speaking. Hi, this is Mia. How are you? I was wondering if we are still meeting today. Checking plans.
Yes, at 6 p.m. Confirmation. Great. See you then. Bye. Shows a typical brief, informal call objective achieved.
You could add phrases for bad connection or leaving voicemails for even more practical skill.
And finally, a really versatile topic, favorite things. A great way to personalize any conversation. The source lists lots of categories: color, actor, singer, food, place, sport, movie. Broad appeal.
And gives concrete examples. My favorite color is blue. My favorite actor is Tom Cruise. Favorite singer, Taylor Swift, etc. Makes it tangible.
Why is talking about favorites so effective conversationally?
Because it's inherently personal and open-ended, it invites sharing and connection. The simple questions, what's your favorite food? Who is your favorite actor? What's your favorite color? Are easy ways to move beyond basic facts into preferences, opinions, and memories.
Allows for genuine connection.
Exactly. And you can always elaborate on the why. My favorite place is the beach because I find the sound of the waves so relaxing. That explanation adds depth and personality, makes the conversation stick.
Outro.
Wow. Okay, that was quite a journey through conversational English, wasn't it? We've really covered a huge amount of ground today in this deep dive. From those first steps of saying hello and talking about your day, through navigating everyday situations like ordering coffee or asking for directions, all the way to sharing feelings, hobbies, planning trips, talking about work, even just your favorite color. This source material really maps out a methodical path to building conversational confidence across so many common topics. It really does. And if you look at the big picture, this whole approach, it kind of demystifies language learning, I think. It breaks down this complex skill into these manageable, enjoyable, and crucially repeatable exercises.
Yeah, the repeatability seems key.
Totally. It demonstrates that consistent practice, especially in that low-pressure, relaxed way, really is the path to natural fluency. And remember that core message from the source. Practice makes perfect. Keep repeating these sentences and you will get better every day.
It's not just memorizing.
Not at all. It's about internalizing, developing that comfort, that confidence so you can use the language spontaneously, making it part of your natural way of thinking and speaking.
So as you continue on your own journey with English fluency, here's maybe a final thought to take away from our deep dive today. Something to chew on. Think about how many small moments in your everyday life could actually become mini practice sessions. Your own personal, no-pressure English moments. Yeah. What common activity, maybe thinking about your shopping list, describing the weather to yourself, even just narrating what you're doing as you cook dinner? What dishes we actually like to cook?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Do we have a garden? Whether Americans can easily understand other English accents, that's interesting.
What book we've enjoyed recently.
And even how kids learn to spell in school, so it really is an extension of this chat.
And here's, like, the really key point. This bonus conversation, it's not going up on YouTube publicly. Not anywhere else.
Nope. It's exclusive, only for people who download the worksheet.
So to get it, you just click the link in the description, below this video or wherever you're listening.
Pop in your name and email.
And boom, the PDF worksheet lands right in your inbox.
And inside that PDF, there's a link. That's what unlocks the bonus conversation, just for you.
It's just a way to kind of keep exploring these interesting questions, right? And get even more insight into daily life and learning.
Exactly. Keep the conversation going.
Totally. And like a little bonus on top of the bonus.
Oh, yeah.
Once you sign up for this free PDF, you're set. You don't need to sign up ever again for my free PDF worksheets.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah. I'll just automatically send you the worksheet for every new deep dive, every new lesson I put out, straight to your email every week.
Sign up once, get them week after week.
Yep. It's just a simple way to keep getting those extra resources. It's really my gift to you for being part of this community.
So it's designed to help you keep learning, keep engaging, beyond just this main discussion.
Absolutely. So get ready. We have a lot to unpack from your questions.
Okay.
Let's start with one that might seem a bit mundane on the surface anyway, but it actually reveals quite a bit about daily logistics planning.
Okay, let's unpack this. So our first question, it comes from Sergey. He's one of our Fearless Fluency Club students.
Ah, great. Hi, Sergey.
Sergey asks, how often do you go to the grocery store and how do you get there? Public transportation or just a car? Thanks in advance, Sergey.
Thanks, Sergey. That's actually a great place to start. It kind of anchors us in the practical, the reality of everyday life. How often do we find ourselves pushing that cart down the aisle?
I would say looking at our typical week,
Mm-hmm.
probably maybe twice.
Twice a week, yeah. That sounds about right. Though it's not always like rigidly scheduled.
No, no. We usually have one big shop, right?
Right, the big one. That's like the strategic mission.
Exactly. The big shop, usually once a week.
Yeah.
It's where we go in with a list, kind of knowing roughly what meals we're planning,
Trying to plan. Yeah.
trying to plan.
Mhm.
And we buy, the bulk of the groceries. Staples, meat, frozen stuff, maybe produce that lasts a bit longer, that
Mhm.
kind of thing.
And then there's the inevitable, the little shop.
The little shop.
Yeah.
That's the emergency run. You always forget something crucial on the big trip.
Always. Or you realize you needed something specific that, oops, wasn't at the main store.
Or you just run out of milk
Mm-hmm.
or bread midweek. Happens all the time.
So that second trip, it's usually smaller, faster,
Yeah.
often totally unplanned.
Yeah, that's the oops, we need milk, or oh no, the bananas are all gone trip.
Exactly. And thinking about who does which trip, you mentioned you don't hit the big grocery stores quite as often anymore.
Well, yeah, because my main workplace now is pretty far from those like bigger grocery store hubs.
Right.
So I'm kind of geographically distanced from the grocery store action, you could say.
And I am much closer to the action, especially the action involving taking a toddler into the grocery store.
Oh boy.
That is a whole different kind of action movie, let me tell you.
The toddler in the cart saga.
Yeah.
Navigating those narrow aisles with a small person who wants to grab literally everything. It's an experience.
It definitely adds a layer of complexity to that little shop, no question.
So, okay, that's frequency, basic strategy. What about getting there? Sergey asked about public transport versus a car.
Right. Now, technically, we live relatively close to a grocery store. I
No.
mean, distance-wise, we could probably walk there.
We could walk there, but walking back with like several bags of groceries.
Oh, forget it. That would be torture. Maybe one bag, okay. But a week's worth? Nope.
Thank you.
And that really shows a common thing in a lot of the U.S., right? Like, cities might be getting more walkable, but the infrastructure, it's often just not set up for carrying a bunch of groceries on foot for, any real distance.
And biking. That's another option in theory.
In theory, it's probably close enough to bike, maybe, 30 minutes each way?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I've thought about it. It's kind of on my someday bucket list.
But again, the infrastructure thing is a huge hurdle.
Huge.
You'd be sharing the road with cars going pretty fast sometimes, and dedicated bike lanes. They're not always there, or they just end randomly.
So that 5-minute drive suddenly becomes, what, an hour-plus round trip by bike before you even step inside the store.
Exactly. And that's not even counting trying to haul groceries back on a bike. You need special bags, maybe a trailer.
Adds cost, complexity.
And then there's the kids factor. You can't just easily strap young kids onto a bike for a grocery run.
No. So if you want a bike, you have to find a specific time when the other parent is home to watch the kids.
Which, with our schedules, finding that dedicated chunk of time, it's a big investment. An hour just for transit plus shopping.
So, despite maybe wanting to be more active or more eco-friendly, this sheer convenience, the logistical necessity,
Yeah.
especially with young kids and buying in bulk.
Driving just wins out, almost always.
Yeah. It's a 5-minute car ride versus like an hour-plus bike mission or a completely impossible walk.
It really shows how those small daily tasks get dictated by convenience, time, the way things are built around us.
Yeah. Location, lifestyle, they often override other preferences just for pure efficiency.
Totally.
Oh.
Now, speaking of where we shop, we mostly go to a store called Trader Joe's.
Ah, yes. Trader Joe's.
I know I talk about it a lot, but it's really a place that has, I don't know.
They have absolutely mastered the art of the grocery store experience. That's what it is.
They really have. If you're ever visiting the U.S., honestly, I'd say just pop into a Trader Joe's, even just to buy a few snacks. It's worth checking out.
Why? What's special?
The people who work there are just consistently so nice.
It's not like typical U.S. customer service, is it? It feels very intentional.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Totally intentional. If you actually want to have a spontaneous, genuinely pleasant chat with a stranger working there, Trader Joe's is your spot.
They'll ask you things, right? Like,
Oh, yeah. Oh, how's your day going? Doing anything fun this afternoon? Hey, have you ever tried this before? Oh, where are you from? They actually engage with you.
and like you said, that's not by accident. It's baked into their marketing, their whole strategy.
And you know what? It works.
Clearly.
It totally works. I always leave feeling just a little bit better. They've got these, good vibes. Everyone wears Hawaiian shirts. It's part of the whole charm.
It's fascinating as a business model, isn't it? They're not just selling you bananas and pasta. They're selling a feeling, a little micro-community interaction.
Yeah. And that's so different from just the purely transactional feel you get in a lot of other stores. It kind of turns a chore into something slightly enjoyable.
It's a smart way to stand out, build loyalty.
Mhm.
Shows how even in the most routine stuff, there's room for, human connection and a deliberately created atmosphere.
That's a really good point. So, Sergey, that's our deep dive on grocery runs. The frequency, the strategy, the transport stuff dictated by convenience, and even those little cultural bits about customer service.
Yeah, it's a good example. Even a simple question can unpack deeper patterns about daily life.
Absolutely. And that kind of leads us to a question that's maybe less about logistics and more about the overwhelming reality of modern life itself.
Right. We're shifting gears a bit here, moving from a fairly light question to a much more serious one.
Indeed. This next one, it came in different forms from several listeners, actually. Carmen, Masako, Don Grimm, and Tracy.
Right. They all ask variations on that theme of how do you possibly do it all?
Yeah. And they listed things they see, kids, running the business, managing the house, food, maybe the chickens got mentioned somewhere. Just this really long list of, well, busyness.
It is a lot. Tracy specifically said, Vanessa, you are so busy. I believe your daily life is quite hectic. You must care for 3 children, film lessons, prepare lesson plans, among other things. I am just curious if you have time for yourself.
Wow. Yeah.
Dongram asked, do you often do overtime? You run your business. I think it must be inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
Masako wanted to know, you have numerous roles and responsibilities. What's your highest priority?
Oh, gosh.
And Carmen asked, how many times a week can you carve out spare time for yourself? Thanks a lot, dear teacher.
Ah. So the core here, it's really about managing all that complexity, right? Juggling all these demanding roles and just trying to keep your sanity.
Yeah. How do you do so many things without just completely collapsing? It's a question so many people wrestle with.
It really is. And the simple answer, maybe a bit blunt, but
We don't do it all.
that's it. That's the absolute key principle, isn't it? You cannot, and honestly, you probably shouldn't try to do everything.
No way. You have to make choices, often really hard choices.
Yeah.
You have to pick and choose a lot of things.
It demands this kind of radical prioritization.
Yeah. For me personally, that's meant consciously cutting out hobbies I used to enjoy. Things that were fun, but, didn't directly contribute to the family or my core responsibilities right now in this phase of life.
Like video games.
Exactly. Used to love them. But I've got pretty much a 0 video game policy now.
Wow.
Not because they're bad, but they're a huge time sink, and they just don't line up with our current priorities. It means being, like you said before, a lot more selfless right now.
Especially with 3 young kids. Which, yes, makes life undeniably hectic.
Hectic is the word.
It truly is. And a massive part of managing that hecticness, like you pointed out, is having a strong partnership.
Absolutely crucial.
Having that good relationship, good communication.
Mm-hmm.
It lets you share the load. Now, in the past, my role was different. I wasn't working a, traditional job outside the home.
Right, you handle a huge amount of the child care, the household stuff.
And I was working for your business, too, essentially.
Yeah, which took a massive load off me at that time. You were arguably busier with the business side back then.
Yeah, the burden kind of shifts, doesn't it? And then we went through this very conscious transition phase.
We did. We restructured our lives, our finances, our work setups.
So that I could take a job outside the home, and you could actually reduce your direct workload by, importantly, hiring more people to support the business.
Which highlights another key principle. Building a support system. Learning to delegate.
Oh, absolutely essential. A business like Speak English with Vanessa, or really any complex project, any household, it doesn't run because one person does everything perfectly.
No way. It runs because there's a team.
Exactly. You have to depend on other people, and that's not always obvious from the outside, is it?
No. When you, the listener, see the final product, maybe it's a finished lesson or this deep dive or even just, a homemade dinner on the table every night.
Right.
You don't see all the layers of support behind it.
It's like the invisible infrastructure. For instance, you hear this podcast. Hopefully the audio sounds smooth.
Hopefully.
But you don't see our editor, David, skillfully taking out, the lawnmower noise that started up earlier.
Oh,
If
yeah.
I had to do that myself, trying to edit audio precisely with 3 kids running around, the quality would suffer, or it just wouldn't get done. It wouldn't be possible.
And it's smart to recognize you're not the best at everything. I'm certainly not.
Me neither.
Knowing where other people have skills, like Kevin editing videos, Elsa handling emails, Amber helping with lessons, that's crucial. Delegation isn't just about pushing tasks off.
No, it's about leveraging skills, using the right person for the right job.
Exactly. And this whole behind-the-scenes idea, it applies to home life, too. Like you said, the appearance of homemade dinners every night.
Yeah.
That's the polished result.
Right. The reality behind that, it's significant planning, organization, effort.
Like me making dinner today at, what, 1 p.m.?
Yeah, all that chopping, the prepping, just planning out what it would be when it needed to happen.
That's the work that makes the final product seem easy. It takes foresight, organization, but man, it smooths things out so much in the evening when things are usually craziest.
So, okay, summing up those core strategies. Radical prioritization, saying no to stuff.
Yep.
Building a strong partnership and support system, delegation, teamwork, and just significant behind-the-scenes organization.
Right. Then on a more personal level, there's that mindset tip you try to apply,
Yeah.
though you admit it's not always easy.
Not always successful. Take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, it's trying to cultivate mindful presence.
Trying to be 100% in whatever you're doing at that moment.
Yeah. Like when I'm gardening with the kids, I try really hard not to be thinking about the next YouTube video I need to film.
And when you're in the office brainstorming, try not to worry about what's for dinner.
Exactly. I consciously try to just focus on the task right in front of me. And this is especially important when I'm with my children. The goal isn't just about ticking off boxes or being productive.
It's about being present with them.
Yes, because multitasking, it's usually less efficient anyway.
Oh yeah, studies show that.
Yeah,
You end up doing 5 things poorly instead of 1 thing well, and feeling stressed.
totally. So I try my best to just, sit in the sandbox and be in the sandbox.
And Mark?
Or play a game and just play the game without constantly checking my email or letting my mind race ahead to the next thing on the giant to-do list.
That's a practice, though, not
Cool.
perfection.
Oh, absolutely a practice. I don't do it perfectly, but it's kind of my goal.
Yeah.
And that practice of focusing, bringing your attention fully to one thing, it really is a powerful tool against feeling scattered and, well, hectic.
Yeah, when your brain feels like it's juggling 500 things, of course you feel overwhelmed.
Right. So it's about noticing those moments, even the small ones, when you do have a chance to just be calm. Maybe you're going for a walk or planting something, reading a story.
And consciously choosing to embrace that moment instead of letting your mind drag you back into the task cycle.
Yeah. Just embrace it. Be there.
Now, there's one final really crucial piece we need to mention here, which is the space and flexibility required to actually do some of these things.
Oh, absolutely. We are very fortunate. We have a career structure that allows for a degree of flexibility that, frankly, many people just don't have.
It's a privilege. Let's be clear about that.
Definitely a privilege. So many people work traditional 9-to-5 jobs, maybe with mandatory overtime, in really rigid structures.
They don't have the option to just shift their workday to make dinner at 1 p.m.
Or coordinate schedules easily for a workout across the street. Or delegate professional tasks in the same way.
Our situation, while it's still demanding, it is structured so we can build our own schedules, at least to some extent. And that flexibility is a massive advantage in managing everything.
It really is. And it's interesting to see this whole trend being discussed more widely now, right? The desire for more flexible work, working from home, moving away from that old school presenteeism.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how that evolves. There seems to be a definite push, especially from the younger generation coming into the workforce.
They seem less willing to just accept that traditional corporate grind,
Yeah.
They prioritize flexibility, work-life balance more.
It creates this really interesting tension, doesn't it, between the old models and these new expectations. There's going to be a lot of give and take as society figures out how to make it work.
For sure, it's definitely a complex issue. And as this question from Carmen, Masako, Dongrim, and Tracy shows, it's something on a lot of people's minds.
It's a can of worms, like you said, but a really important one to dive into.
Yeah, definitely worth spending some time on.
And that need for balance, which came up explicitly in one of those questions, leads us really nicely into the next topic.
That's right. This one's from Eleonora. She asked, do you do yoga? But then she added the crucial part, in order to balance yourself.
Connecting activity directly to self-care and balance. Thanks, Eleanor.
Yeah, thank you, Eleonora. So first part of the question, do you do yoga?
No. Not currently. Not in any, consistent way. I've tried it.
We did it together, remember? For quite a while back in South Korea.
We did. That was probably the longest stretch, maybe a year.
Something like that.
And honestly, it's just not really for me. I like the idea of yoga. I like the vibes, but I have zero flexibility, like none.
Mhm.
So I found it more frustrating than balancing.
See, I'm the opposite. I actually like doing yoga. But like so many things we've just talked about, I feel like I don't have a life for it right now.
That seasons of life thing again, prioritization.
Exactly. I would absolutely love to go to a real in-person yoga class. Maybe twice a week. That sounds amazing.
Hmm.
But right now, I'm choosing to be the main caregiver for our youngest all day.
And fitting work into naps and after bedtime.
Right. And we could hire help. We have the financial means to get a nanny or put her in daycare part-time so I could go to a class.
But that adds another whole layer of coordination, scheduling, organizing.
To an already pretty complex life.
Yeah.
So my current choice is just to lean into the season, prioritize the caregiving, work when I can, and find other ways to build balance.
So the yoga dream isn't dead, it's just deferred.
Exactly. Deferred, not abandoned. When she's older, maybe in school, a couple years perhaps, then absolutely, I'll be looking for those classes.
You have a place in mind, right?
I do. There's a local place, Asheville Community Yoga, that I really love the feel of. It's a nonprofit. And the cool thing is, all the teachers are volunteers.
Wow.
Yeah. That just blows my mind. People giving their time and skill just out of generosity. It creates this really wonderful giving atmosphere. I'd love to be part of that community regularly someday.
That really highlights the social side, the community aspect of exercise
Yeah.
and self-care. That can be just as important as the physical part.
It really can. But okay, for right now, for exercise, we've actually kind of stumbled into what feels like the perfect setup for this particular season.
Fortune has landed upon our laps, as they say.
It really has, in the form of a neighbor.
A neighbor, yeah.
Our new neighbor happens to be a personal trainer, Lindsay. She's wonderful. Some of you in the Fearless Fluency Club might remember her. She joined us for a chat back in February.
And she's got us pumping iron, lifting weights.
She has. And the best part, she lives right across the street.
That is key. Reducing that friction we talked about, making it easy.
So easy. I go over to her house twice a week to lift weights, and you go separately twice a week.
We have to stagger it because someone needs to be home with the kids.
It's the handoff routine. You come home from work, I say bye, final, walk across the street.
Next day, my turn.
And lifting weights. Honestly, that's something I would never have started consistently on my own. I wouldn't know what to do, how to do it safely.
So Lindsay provides the structure, the knowledge.
And the accountability. It's pretty hard to skip your workout when your trainer lives literally across the street and can see your house.
True. And it's social too, right? You get to chat with her, you like her as a person.
Totally. And she knows your stuff. How to program workouts, how to do the moves right so you don't get hurt. It's just ideal because I just show up, she tells me what to do, she's made the plan. It's right there.
The barrier to entry is incredibly low compared to, say, driving across town to a gym.
Oh, massively lower. That convenience factor is just huge when you're trying to stick to a routine in a busy life.
Minimizes the excuses.
And lifting weights, it's obviously different from yoga, but it still offers huge benefits. Strength, bone density, metabolism.
It's a different kind of intentional movement, right? Engaging your body, focusing it.
Intentional movement. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Connecting with your body, even if it's through lifting heavy things instead of stretching.
Now, Eleanor's question specifically linked yoga to balance. And while lifting weights is maybe less focused on the mindfulness and breathing side.
Like yoga often is.
Right. The need for balance goes beyond just physical exercise, doesn't it?
No, absolutely. Balance includes physical, sure, but also mental, emotional, even social well-being. Yoga often hits that mindfulness piece, which is huge for mental balance.
And that is an area where we, and I think maybe a lot of Americans generally, kind of struggle.
You think?
Yeah, we're very, very go. Always moving, always doing, always feeling that pressure to be productive. There's just not much cultural emphasis on slowing down.
No, the culture tends to reward constant activity, not stillness.
Exactly. So while we're not doing formal yoga or meditating consistently every single day, we are actively trying our best to build in moments of mindfulness, moments of just slowing down.
What does that look like practically?
It could be super simple, like just noticing your breathing for 5 minutes, or just checking in, how am I feeling right now, physically, emotionally.
So integrating those little moments of self-awareness into the day. Recognizing that balance isn't just about juggling tasks. It's also about managing your internal state.
Yeah. And we've even tried to bring this to our kids. which is a whole other adventure.
The stillness
It's a
practice.
stillness practice. It's our noble experiment. Before bed, we try to sit on the couch, put on some quiet, meditative type music.
Like light a candle?
Light a candle, and everyone just sits quietly and stares into the flame for maybe 5 minutes or until the song's done.
The idea being to help everyone, especially the kids, calm down, transition towards sleep.
That's the idea. It doesn't always work.
Sometimes it dissolves into giggles or wiggles.
Definitely doesn't work perfectly every time. But even for moments within that 5 minutes, I see them and I feel myself taking deeper breaths, kind of releasing tension.
Even if it's just for 30 seconds or a minute.
Yeah. Practicing that ability to just be still and quiet, even briefly, feels valuable.
And the kids seem to get it too, don't they? On some level.
They do. When they actually manage the full 5 minutes, they are so proud of themselves, they'll announce it. We did it! 5 minutes!
Like it's a major achievement.
Because for them, it is hard, but they feel that sense of accomplishment. It shows even kids can recognize the difficulty and maybe the benefit of conscious calm.
And this whole idea, teaching mindfulness, self-regulation, it's gaining ground, isn't it? Like in schools.
Yeah, definitely. The alternative school you teach at does some of this, right?
We do, yeah. Trying to incorporate it.
I think it's getting more common, seeing yoga pop up in schools or teachers starting the day with just a few minutes of mindfulness exercises.
And it makes sense. It helps the students focus, regulate their emotions, which certainly helps the teacher have a calmer, more centered classroom too.
Absolutely. Better learning happens when kids feel regulated and present.
Cognitive learning and emotional regulation are deeply linked.
Totally. So, Eleanor, those are some of our ways of trying to find balance, physical activity that fits this phase of life, conscious efforts to build in mindfulness and stillness, even in small ways, for us and the kids.
They're tools, right? Not perfect solutions, just
Yeah.
different tools in the toolbox to help navigate the hecticness and feel a bit more grounded.
Exactly. And they really underline how balance isn't static, it's dynamic. You adapt to the season you're in, use the tools you have available to support your body and mind.
Well said.
All right. Switching gears just a little bit, but still talking about fitting things into a busy life. This next question is actually specifically for me.
Oh boy. Okay. My turn to just listen.
You get to just listen. This one comes from Camila, another student in the Fearless Fluency Club.
Yeah.
She asks, how do you fit learning French into your daily life? Thank you, Camila.
That's a question so many language learners face, isn't it? The practical challenge. How do you stay consistent when life is demanding?
It really is the core challenge. My approach, Camila, is kind of twofold. One, I try to be really realistic about what I can actually commit to right now. And two, I prioritize making it enjoyable.
Realistic and enjoyable. Okay.
So what I feel capable of doing consistently in this current season, and honestly what I most want to do, is actively speak the language with someone.
So a very clear output-focused goal.
Yes, that means right now I'm not focused on massively increasing my vocabulary using flashcards or something, or spending hours watching French movies.
You're not a big movie person anyway, right?
Not really in any language, but, watching movies is a great method for lots of people. Totally valid, just doesn't fit my priorities or capacity right now. What does fit is talking.
So how do you make that happen? Structure it.
I commit to one French lesson a week. Just one. It's about 30 minutes long. I pay a French teacher. She's a lovely woman from France, and we just talk on video chat.
What do you talk about?
Just life. She guides the conversation, mostly. She knows a bit about my life, our family, so she'll ask follow-up stuff like, oh, last week you mentioned you were doing X. How did that go? Sometimes we get into deeper things, philosophize a bit, whatever comes up naturally.
So it's real organic communication.
Exactly. And she's amazing, a wonderful conversationalist, asks great questions. And the crucial part, Camila, is just like working out with Lindsay across the street.
You just have to show up.
I just have to show up. I don't have to plan the lesson. I don't have to prepare anything specific. It dramatically lowers the friction.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The rest of my life feels like it's filled with planning, organizing, being responsible for other people. For those 30 minutes, my only job is to show up and speak French.
And you're still learning in the process.
Oh, definitely. I learn because she'll gently correct mistakes or suggest a better way to say something, maybe type new words in the chat. But the main goal isn't drilling grammar, it's the practice of speaking, producing the language in a real interaction.
Consistent output practice. That's key for fluency.
Yes. For me right now, it's about maintaining the level I have. It's dedicated time just for me, it's enjoyable. And it feels productive because I'm keeping the language alive, keeping it accessible for maybe when I have more time later for deeper study. I actually get excited for that 30 minutes of French chat each week. It's fun.
And that really highlights a core principle in language learning, doesn't it? The absolute necessity of active output, input listening, reading. It's foundational. You need it.
Totally.
But you don't actually develop fluency, that ability to retrieve words quickly, build sentences on the fly, without practicing speaking and writing. It's the difference between recognizing a word passively.
And actually being able to use it yourself in a real conversation.
Exactly.
And this, honestly, this is the number one thing I tell my own students. If you are serious about improving your English, you must find time to speak it regularly with another person.
Make it non-negotiable.
Yes, if you feel like you genuinely cannot find 30 minutes a week, just half an hour, to speak with someone, you need to seriously reevaluate your priorities because it is absolutely possible.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Once a week.
Why is it so vital? Okay, first, accountability. You've got a time booked with someone else. Second, it's real. It's authentic conversation. You have to understand in real time, react, formulate your own thoughts, respond.
You're not just passively taking stuff in.
No, you're not just reading a book or watching this video. You are active. You're participating in this dynamic exchange. That real-life communication builds confidence and fluency faster than almost anything else.
It forces you to use the language under a bit of pressure, which is where the real growth happens.
It does. And look, it can feel incredibly scary, especially at first. I get it. You might feel nervous, unsure what to say, worried about mistakes. All of that is totally normal.
Everyone feels that way starting out.
Everyone. But you can do it. And it's essential if your goal is genuine fluency, real confidence. You want to communicate in English. Speaking is the practice of communication. You got to do it.
And finding a supportive place to do that practice can make all the difference.
Oh, absolutely. Which ties back nicely to the Fearless Fluency Club students like Camilla who asked this. One of the best features of the course, I think, is the student-led speaking groups.
Right. Students meeting up specifically to talk.
Yes. They get together on Zoom multiple times a week just to practice speaking with each other.
It's like a built-in community just for output practice.
Exactly. And because everyone in the group is also learning, they understand. They get that nervous feeling, that frustration of not finding the right word, the hesitation. They support each other. It is so amazing to see.
That shared experience, the mutual support,
Yeah.
it lowers that psychological barrier, doesn't it?
It really, really does. So if you're listening and thinking, okay, I need to speak, but who do I talk to? Consider joining the Fearless Fluency Club and jumping into one of those student-led speaking groups.
Take the plunge.
Yeah! It will feel scary the first few times. That's okay. That's expected. But after a few weeks, then a few months of doing it consistently in that supportive space, you'll be amazed at how much more confident you feel, more comfortable, even excited about speaking English. Plus, you make friends from all over the world. How cool is that?
We've definitely seen students form real connections, haven't we? Even meeting up in person sometimes.
Oh, it makes my heart so happy when I hear about students meeting up in different countries. That's the power of language, connecting people. So, Camila and anyone else wrestling with this, remember the principles. Be realistic. Find something enjoyable, like real conversation. Prioritize it. Lower the friction. Even just 30 minutes a week makes a huge difference.
That's a great takeaway. Consistent effort, finding your way to practice, makes all the difference.
Okay, let's move on. Our next question dives into another one of those everyday habits that turns out to be surprisingly revealing about culture.
All right, this one's from Walter. He asked, do Americans brush their teeth in the morning? And then he wanted more detail. In general, do American people brush their teeth after or before breakfast, or twice? Warmest regards.
Thanks, Walter. This is a fantastic question. Seems so simple, but wow, it highlights how even basic personal care routines can vary so much across cultures, even between individuals in the same culture.
Definitely. First, the disclaimer, right? We can only talk about our habits, general observations, not for all Americans.
Exactly. I think this is actually pretty varied. I don't think there's one single rigid standard here at all.
It's funny how something so personal touches on those cultural norms about public versus private space, daily rituals.
It really is. My most striking experience with this difference was when we lived in South Korea. Remember that? It was incredibly common there for people to brush their teeth after every meal.
Oh, yeah, including lunch,
Yeah.
at work, at school.
You'd walk into the office bathroom after lunch, and there'd be like a group of adults all standing at the sinks brushing their teeth together.
Which felt weird to us at first, didn't it?
Totally weird. Coming from a US background where brushing teeth felt like this very private, do it in your own bathroom kind of thing, seeing colleagues doing it publicly in a shared bathroom felt surprising, almost like unprofessional, which is completely irrational, but it just shows those ingrained expectations about what's public versus private hygiene.
But then you quickly understood the practical side in Korea.
Oh, I got it fast,
Yeah.
especially after eating kimchi.
The little red pepper flakes.
Always.
Yeah.
Stuck right in your teeth. So, brushing after lunch makes total sense from a comfort perspective, a social perspective. It's a practical response to the food and the cultural norms around appearance. Fascinating how diet shapes habits.
So, okay, back to the U.S. context.
Yeah.
For us, and probably many Americans, the standard routine we learned as kids was usually
Brush your teeth in the morning and brush them in the evening before bed. That was the basic instruction.
and Walter's specific question. Morning timing. Before or after breakfast?
Okay, thinking back to childhood, I think the general vibe was brush your teeth in the morning, and that usually meant right after you woke up, which is often before breakfast.
Even though logically it makes more sense to brush after eating, right? To clean away the food.
Totally. It makes more sense after, but the habit for many seems tied more to the wake up and get ready routine rather than the post-eating cleanup routine.
Interesting. And what about now? What's our current habit?
Nowadays, okay, I almost always brush my teeth in the evening before bed. That's pretty solid. In the morning, probably close to every day. Usually right when I wake up, before eating anything.
Why before?
Honestly, sometimes it's just motivated by not wanting you to smell my morning breath. So yeah, brush right after waking, then have breakfast, and I don't typically brush again right after breakfast, unless there's like a specific reason.
Like getting bits and pieces of food out, as you say.
Yes, that's my extra little habit I've picked up. Especially since I work from home now, it's easy. Sometimes after a meal, I won't do a full brush with toothpaste, but I'll just rinse my mouth and quickly run a toothbrush over my teeth.
Just to dislodge anything obvious.
Yeah, it's like my waving a toothbrush in front of your face magic, just getting rid of food bits.
A pragmatic solution made possible by being home with easy bathroom access.
Exactly. If I were working in a formal office, I probably wouldn't be doing that midday toothbrush wave. So see, even my own habits change based on my environment and routine.
So based on general observation, what's commonly taught, the standard American practice, if there is one, is probably brushing after waking up, often before breakfast, and then again before going to bed.
Yeah, that feels like the most common frequency and timing, morning and night.
But again, not universal. Some people only brush once. Some always brush after breakfast. Some use mouthwash like crazy. It's quite personal.
It really speaks to how, even with recommended best practices for dental hygiene, what people actually do often comes down to childhood habits, personal preference, lifestyle, culture.
All those factors mixed together.
Definitely. So, hey, if you're an American listening to this, let us know in the comments. We're genuinely curious. Do you brush in the morning, before or after breakfast, twice? Are you like a dental hygiene superhero? Tell us.
All right, Walter, hope that little peek into our habits and some general thoughts helped answer your question.
It really does show, doesn't it? What seems like a totally universal daily act can have all these surprising cultural variations.
Indeed. Okay, now for our final question in this main deep dive.
Yeah.
Before we remind everyone about that bonus conversation, this one takes us into the realm of personal taste, emotion.
Yes. This is from Usra Rare Moon on YouTube. And the question is, what is a song you can listen to and never be bored? Thank you, Usra Rare Moon. This is a fun one to end on.
Never be bored. Wow, that's a high bar. A song that always engages you no matter how many times you've heard it.
Okay, I have a couple. One is maybe a bit cliche, but I think for good reason. Can you guess?
A song you never get bored of. You? No idea. Hit me.
Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Ah, okay. Yes. I can see that. That makes sense.
It is just, it's not the most exciting song, isn't it? It's not repetitive at all. It's got different movements, that whole opera section, the hard rock breakdown.
The quiet beginning, the big soaring end.
Yeah. You can sing along to different parts, you can air guitar, you can totally headbang during the rock bit. It is, like, by definition, never boring because it keeps changing.
That's very true. I mean, I don't necessarily want to listen to it every single day.
Oh, me neither.
But when I do hear it, yeah, I'm never bored by it. It always grabs your attention.
Exactly. It commands attention. Okay, my second pick is quite different, more of maybe a deeper cut.
Okay.
My favorite musical era generally is probably the 1970s, and I absolutely love the singer-songwriter Joni Mitchell.
Ah, Joni Mitchell. She's moody.
She is very, very moody, which I know is not for everyone. You find her music a little too.
A little too moody for me, yeah. Sometimes it all kind of blends together, feels a bit samey.
Yeah, you said that it all sounds kind of the same to you, which is totally okay. Music is so subjective, right? Person by person.
Totally.
But for me, her song Coyote, I never get tired of it. It's from her album Hajira. The instrumentation alone is just incredible. Sparse but amazing. Just her voice, acoustic guitar, some conga drums, and this bass line that is just phenomenal. This really, really good bassist.
So the musicianship itself keeps it engaging for you.
Yes, the playing is captivating. But honestly, the main reason for me is the lyrics. I think Coyote has some of the absolute best storytelling lyrics ever written in a song.
Wow. High praise.
She just paints these incredibly vivid pictures, evokes these complex emotions about, like, transient relationships, freedom. It's poetry set to music. Even if the moodiness isn't your thing, the artistry is just undeniable for me.
Okay, interesting. Two very different picks. Epic, rock opera, intricate, moody, singer-songwriter.
They definitely are. What about you? You said you only picked one.
Well, I narrowed it down to one that reliably always makes me feel excited no matter how many times I hear it.
And that is
Teenage Dream.
Katy Perry.
Yep.
Ah, okay, yes. That's pure pop energy right there. It's engineered to be catchy, uplifting. I can totally see how that one is never boring.
It just has this undeniable energy, right? And that perfect pop structure. It always makes you want to move or sing along or something.
Okay, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
I was half expecting you to say a Simon and Garfunkel song, like, Sounds of Silence.
Oh my gosh, no. Sounds of Silence might be the least exciting song ever created.
Huh. It's beautiful, but yeah, certainly not one you'd call never boring.
Another Simon and Garfunkel song is one I could listen to endlessly.
Oh, which one?
Cecilia.
Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. Okay, now, the lyrics to Cecilia, objectively kind of ridiculous, right?
Oh, completely ridiculous. Making love in the afternoon with Cecilia up in my bedroom. Then, I come back and watch my face. When I come back to bed, someone's taken my place.
It's absurd, not exactly relatable deep poetry.
No, it's just silly.
Yeah.
But despite the ridiculous words, the vibe of that song, the rhythm, it's so infectious. The melody, the hand claps, that foot-stomping energy.
It's possible to be bored by it.
Impossible. Every single time I hear it, I just get excited.
So for that one, it's all about the feel, the rhythm, the pure musical energy. That overrides the weird lyric.
Totally. It's just pure joy in musical form. I remember the other night, I was coming home after hanging out with some friends, and that song came on the radio right as I pulled into the driveway.
Oh, yeah.
And you know those songs where you just can't get out of the car yet. You have to sit there and finish it.
The driveway songs, yes.
Cecilia is totally a driveway song for me. I just sat there bopping along to see you breaking. I was so excited. It was great. Just hit perfectly.
That connection between a song and a specific moment or just a feeling. It's powerful. It makes it more than just music. It's like an anchor for a good feeling or a memory.
Exactly. So, okay, apparently for you it's Bohemian Rhapsody, Coyote, and... Oh, wait, did you have a third?
I do have one more. Can I add one more?
Go for it.
This one is on the total other end of the spectrum. From Joni Mitchell, from Queen, even from Katy Perry and Simon and Garfunkel.
Okay.
If you want a song you can listen to and never be bored, but maybe you'll be a little bit scared,
Scared.
try Prison Song by System of a Down.
System of a Down.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely a different genre.
Yeah.
Metal, hard rock.
Oh, yeah. It will absolutely blow you away. And, I mean, maybe literally blow you away. You might actually be scared.
Okay. Noted.
It's incredibly fast. It's super intense, politically charged, just relentless energy from the first second to the last. It demands your attention completely. If you listen, turn it up really loud. You have no idea what's coming, and it is definitely not boring.
A recommendation that comes with a warning label.
It does. So Uzra, Rare Moon, those are our picks. Bohemian Rhapsody, Coyote, Prison Song for me. Teenage Dream and Cecilia for you.
It really shows how personal music taste is, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And how different things make a song endlessly engaging for different people. Complexity, storytelling, pure pop catchiness, rhythm, raw energy.
And how the context you hear it in can make a difference, too.
Definitely. So, to all of you listening, we'd love to know, what's your song? The one you can always listen to and never get bored. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, please do. It's fascinating how music connects with us like that, on such a personal level.
Rooted in rhythm, melody, lyrics, memory, all of it.
Absolutely. Well, that wraps up the questions for this main deep dive. Thank you so much for joining me for this conversation, kind of exploring all these different topics that came from listener questions.
You're very welcome. It's been really interesting to unpack the details behind these everyday habits and life strategies.
And to everyone who sent in a question, Sergey, Carmen, Mixako, Dongrim, Tracy, Eleonora, Camila, Walter, and Isra Raremoon, thank you. Your curiosity is what makes these deep dives happen.
Yeah, your questions are the source material we get to dig into.
Now, as I mentioned way back at the beginning, we do have that bonus conversation lesson related to this deep dive.
Right, where we tackle even more of your questions.
Yeah, digging into stuff like cooking, gardening, accents, books, how kids learn spelling, lots of good stuff.
And the crucial reminder, this bonus conversation is not available publicly on YouTube. It's exclusive, only for folks who download the free PDF worksheet.
Yes, we're actually about to record that right after we finish this, so the only way to unlock it, the only way to access it, is by downloading that free PDF.
So how do they do that again?
Super simple. Just click the link that's in the description right below this video or wherever you're listening right now.
But it's a link.
It'll take you to a page. Just enter your name and email address there.
Okay.
And then the PDF worksheet gets sent straight to your email inbox.
And inside that PDF?
Inside the PDF, you'll find the special link to view that bonus conversation lesson, unlocked just for you.
It's that simple. Click the link, pop in your details, get the PDF, click the link in the PDF. Got it.
Got it. And plus, remember that cool feature. Once you sign up for this PDF, you never need to sign up for my weekly worksheets again.
Oh, right, the automatic delivery.
Yeah, I'll just automatically send them to your inbox every week when a new one comes out.
That's pretty cool. Way to keep getting those valuable learning resources without having to think about it.
Exactly. It's my gift to you, really, for being part of this learning community. So thank you again for learning English with me through these deep dives. We're going to continue this conversation about listener questions in just a minute for our bonus conversation.
See you over there.
And I'll see all of you again next Friday for a new lesson right here. Bye-bye.
But wait, do you want more? Think about it. We've spent this time unpacking how we navigate daily demands, find balance, fit in learning, even how we brush our teeth. A lot of it comes down to adapting to circumstances, relying on others, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you think about your own life. How much of your daily routine is just a result of convenience?
Mm-hmm.
Or cultural habits you never questioned? Or maybe just the influence of the people around you?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And if you took some of those principles we talked about, like radical prioritization, building support, that mindful presence thing, finding low-friction ways to practice things, what's one small adjustment you could make in your own life, maybe starting today? Something that might bring you just a little more focus or a deeper connection, or maybe just carve out 5 minutes to really enjoy a song you love.
Good food for thought. And hey, if you're looking for another deep dive right now, I actually recommend watching this video next.
Oh yeah, what's that one about?
You'll listen to another natural conversation, this time diving into the topic of education, including that question that always gets people curious. Why did Dan not go to school until he was a teenager?
Ooh, intriguing.
Well, you'll just have to watch that video to find out.